Hello there everybody, and welcome to today's Tuesday Teaching Tips. And today I want to look very briefly at the idea of sight reading. And this week we're going to be looking at sight reading and asking some questions about it and why it is that so many pupils do seem to struggle with their sight reading. Now, I always find this a very strange thing because we spend all our time, a lot of us, with the early lessons focusing on notation, teaching them notation. If you look at a lot of the tutor books in the UK in particular, they focus on teaching notation. And on the other hand, when it comes to the sight reading, our pupils don't seem to be able to transfer what they've learnt about the notation into the sight reading. And I think this is partly because we're not teaching them to read the patterns. Notation is about patterns and shapes, and it takes a lot of time. If you think about a child at school, they have reading lessons every single day. They practice their reading every single night. And reading notation is just as hard, if not harder, than reading words and languages. And we can certainly think about them to some extent in the same way. So just compare the amount of reading practice they get with the amount of reading notation practice, and you can soon see that they have a big disadvantage when they're reading notation because it takes repetition. You have to do and learn patterns again and again and again and again and again, forever. And those of us that have made it through successfully to being musicians, we have learnt, we've absorbed many of those patterns. So for example, if I show you this pattern, is it upside down? I think it might be. Hopefully, even if it's upside down, it's simple enough that you can look at that and you know automatically what it sounds like. You don't have to think about how you translate it into a sound. So it's important really for us all as teachers to be thinking about this, to be questioning the approaches that we're taking to teaching notation, because that has a direct influence and result on sight reading. And good sight readers have had lots and lots of practice at reading pieces, not pieces that they're of the current standard that they are learning, but really easy pieces. And they do them again, and then a new piece, and then a new piece, and a new piece. And there's lots of ideas and initiatives out there. The 40-piece challenge, for example. If you haven't discovered that, go and have a look at that, because that is a fantastic way of helping your pupils quite incidentally to get better at sight reading. Using flashcards and making games and things like that in lessons with them until they can see a flashcard. I'll show you another upside down one, and read that automatically, just like that. You just know it. And also there are apps. So for example, there's the Associated Board ABRSM Sight Reader Trainer, and in that app, which I helped to develop, you're shown rhythms and you have to instantly say which rhythm it is. You hear it and you have to identify it. So it's helping that speed of response, because that's what we want to help them to do. So you might not have the answers. You might think, oh, I'm not quite getting it right, or you might think, yes, that really worked. Keep thinking about it. Keep asking yourself questions about the way that you're teaching both your notation and the sight reading problems that you're having, and sit down, write them down. See if you can get things to match up. See if you can brainstorm for some ideas. But whatever you do, question everything. Okay, bye for now.